Yes, indeed. I just spoke to the lawyer again. So after backing off from that initial charge that Javara Baderi, our colleague, had assaulted a female Israeli soldier, well, after that, because of the videos given as evidence to the officer in charge of the police station, well, then after that, the new charge now is that she didn't let herself known. And the lawyer was telling me that ironically, actually, everybody knows who is Javara Boderi, whether it's on the Palestinian side or the Israeli side. She's very famous here. And he actually told me that the officer here at the police station called him to tell him that Javara Boderi had been arrested. So the lawyer argued, well, you know exactly who she is, and she was on the ground there with clearly written press on the front and the back on her flak jacket, holding a microphone with the logo of Al Jazeera, so you knew exactly who she is. The lawyer has no doubt that this was specifically targeting Javara, wanting to silencing her because she has been covering Sheikh Jarrah on a regular basis. She's one of the journalists who's always there. She knows the story inside out. She knows the people who are being threatened from eviction. She talks to them all the time, and he has no doubt that that was the reason all of this happened. Now, I asked him if she's going to be released today. He said he doesn't know. In the next couple of hours, we should find out. It could be also that they will release her with conditions, like to pay a bail or to under house arrest. They still don't know, but he said that if they try to release her with conditions, then they will refute that.
Okay, can you go back and clarify that for me, Hoda? The original charge was that she had assaulted an Israeli policewoman, and that was dropped because of the video. But she has actually been charged, or the claim against her is that she didn't make herself known. She didn't identify herself. That's it.
Yes, now the claim against her is that she didn't identify herself. Even though if we go back into the story, we know that Javara had asked those soldiers who were surrounding her to go and get her a press card from the car. She wasn't given that opportunity. Instead, she was pushed against the wall, immediately handcuffed, and dragged to the car. Now, the lawyer also told me that she was badly manhandled in the car. Then Javara told him that she had pain in her left side. He doesn't know how serious that is or not, but she did complain of being harassed, beaten, shoved. Something happened in the car while she was on her way to the police station.
Okay. Can I ask you a slightly bigger picture question, Hoda, just as we keep watching these pictures? The difference in the way that security forces, be they police or army, whoever it is, the way that they deal with Israeli protests versus Palestinian protests. This is the type of thing I'm sure you see in your reporting. I wonder if you can explain it for us a little more.
Oh, it's completely different. If you have 10, 15 young Palestinians protesting, or if you have them indeed like what happened yesterday in Silwan, running a marathon of solidarity, then you will find really fully equipped security forces waiting for them, and usually that really translates into very quickly confrontations, stun grenades being fired, in some cases rubber-coated bullets, some cases tear gas, but you do get the full force of the security forces immediately on those protesters. There is no really way for Palestinians to protest safely. However, I was actually just a couple of hours ago attending a protest in front of the house of the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Well, over there is no security forces. There was a few traffic police. They were standing very relaxed. The protesters could say and chant and do whatever they want there, but there is no harassment whatsoever. I was interviewing a young Israeli activist a few days ago. She sometimes joins Palestinians during their protests, and she told me, yes, I do admit, me as an Israeli Jewish I know that there's a very slim chance that I will get detained, that I will get harassed. So certainly there are double standards there. But when it comes to Palestinians, they have very, very small margin of maneuver before the security forces sort of move in on them. Sometimes they just announce on a megaphone, you have to disperse now, but they don't even give them the time to disperse. I've seen that more than once. You have that message coming on the megaphone. You think they'll leave a few minutes for those who want to leave. Well, that's not the case. They immediately move in towards these protesters and immediately start firing these stun grenades, sponge bullets. Depends what they're using on the day, but it's usually there is a very, very little way of a Palestinian protest being dispersed peacefully. That happens rarely.
Okay. Hoda, thanks. We're going to move on to some other news just